Infinite love, beautiful people, and welcome back to our new video. We all want an order in our life so that everything works and comes into a right place. But what we fail to see that we sometimes and mostly prefer outside order than an inside order. And there cannot be a real outside order without having an order inside. Let us now inquire into this together. Infinite love. Every human being on this planet wants to have an order in his life. And what is order? Order is setting things accordingly and to its place according to a pattern or something that you find attractive or nice. So we tend to do that. Create order around us. We put the things in perfect place. We look how some things go better together or other things don't go together. We try to put our homes into an order that they look very nice when we come inside, like here, and everything has its right place so that it is most pleasing to an eyes and also to give you some energy, because you feel good and nice when you are in your place that has an order. But what about order outside? Order in our lives? When we observe, we have countries, states that all want the order inside. They don't want criminals, they don't want problems, they want to set everything in the right place. But what often happens is these states create even more disorder. And why is that? Because we are trying to create outside order, but there is an order that has to be accorded inside. Inside of us there is great disorder. So why is that? To find out why there is disorder inside of us, we have to have an open mind. We have to observe. We have to be ready to question everything, not to accept or disagree, but actually observe, listen, give attention to it and see, is that really good? Is that really working, and have an insight into it? So to observe why there is a disorder inside of us, we have to observe how our brain works. So if you observe yourself and the world around you, you will see that we as a human beings share the same thing, and that is a brain. So this brain has collecting a knowledge throughout the time, and it has been conditioned by the problems of outside, by the places where you live, by the people that you meet, by parents that raised you. Everything that ever happened, this brain stored as an information. But the problem is, this information is limited. It's not one whole movement. So the more and more we are collecting knowledge, we are getting more and more fragmented. And then we want to make some sort of order out of all of this disorder in our heads. So we create and separate our life. So what do? We create working schedules. We separate our one whole moment of life into a separate things. Everything is separated. The job is separated from your life. Your life is separated from your pleasures and activities like doing sport or walking in a forest. So we create these small separate things where we put some of our disorder. So why do we do that? Because when we observe the outside, we have seen that our house has to be put in some kind of order that is different than the order outside, than the order of the garden. So we go outside and put the garden in another order. The more we separate, the more we create order in this disorder. but does that function inside? To find out, we have to observe the world outside and inside. When you observe the world, what do you see there? The human mankind as a whole. You see lack of love, lack of compassion, wars, people killing each other, stealing, hatred. Yes, they are good things, but we are interested right now, not that we want to only see the bad things and only good things. That is also separating. We want to see now the problems and disorder in the world and why and where do they come from. So if you see all of this in this human mankind, where does this disorder come from? It comes from here. So the greatest problem is the thought that has created a nation. And we do not see the danger of nation, because if you belong to one nation and I am belonging to another nation, we are against each other. Even if it's so subtle, and even if you respect my nation and I respect your nation, still there is a division between us. Still there is a division to them and us. Same thing with religion, because it comes from a disordered place. So the more you look, the more you have an insight. When you see this, when you see the danger of nationality, of religion, of racism, then you do not go there. For example, if you're walking by the cliff and you see the cliff, you will not go there. You will not step over the cliff because you see the immediate danger of it. But the problem is, in our life, we do not see the danger of all of these things. So we walk through them and fall in a trap of disorder. So all of this is created disorder. So how can we now erase this disorder from our head and live one whole life? The first thing that we have to do is, as always, develop the skill of observation. And I have a good video about it, how to observe. I will link it here. So when you develop the skill of observation, you are free to look, to listen, world and yourself. And you can see, have an insight, not just knowledge, what is happening in the world and inside of you. All of your subtle reactions and the reactions of a world to you. So when you start to observe with just a little bit attention, like doing your nails if you're a woman, or shaving your face if you're a man, you have to give a little bit attention to be aware of that what you are doing. Same thing in your life. Just give a little bit attention when you are talking to someone, when you are bringing your ideas, when you want to join the conversation. Why do you want to join? Just see it. Do not comment on it. The more you develop the skill of observation, the more you will see that this life is not about division, not about separating your parts of life as we do in the outside world. You will see that in this world there is one giant movement of life, and you are that. So there is no separate parts of life. There is one giant movement that never stops, the movement of life, and you are that life. So if you start watching your life as a one entire movement, you are present, you are here, you see everything that is happening right now. You are not in a past thinking about what has been and thinking about what will come, but you are actually here in this moment, not dividing yourself and going to a future and going to a past. That has also its place, but not in a psychological terms, not in a relationship with one another. So when you are completely present, you have this giant movement of life, And as the result of that, the life becomes easier. Easier in a way that you see what is needed to be done and when it's needed to be done. So you start to act when it's needed, not what you like, not what you want to do, or maybe you don't want to do. You see the necessity of it and you do it. For example, you are walking down the street and you see an injured person. You see immediate reaction that this person needs the help and you help. You do not think about it, you just do it because it's needed. Same thing will happen in your life. You will see when it's needed to give attention to your child, to your wife, when it's needed to give attention to a job, and also when it's needed attention to yourself, when you need to rest or when you need to work. So please, start developing the skill of observation and you will see everything. Your life will unfold as one giant moment of life. And then there is no more division inside. There is continuity coming to an end. And there is only presence. So please, as always, test it for yourself. Observe your life and see whether this works or not. Thank you for inquiring with me, and until next video, infinite love.